So we are going to learn about the session hijacking. So what is means session? Generally, I want to meet a doctor, a specialist doctor. Then to meet a doctor, I need to take a appointment. Okay, he will give the appointment for specific time, like he had given me an appointment for today afternoon around 3 to 4 p.m. Generally, they don't give to 3 to 4 p.m. Like 3 to 4 p.m. very good. We need to attend the appointment at 3 to 4 p.m. only. You can't attend at any other time unless something, a doctor is your, like your brother, or doctor is your relative or someone else. Like you are a big politician, then you don't need any appointment. Okay, that is a secondary thing. Generally, to meet a doctor, we need an appointment. During that time, we will doctor and me, you and interact with each other. We will tell your problems to the, will reveal your problems to the doctor. Then doctor give the prescription and give the remedies. Understood? Here also, a session is established between the two computers. A session is established between the two computers. Here, a session, okay, session stores the information in variables, store the information in variables to be used across the multiple pages when user logs into the online account. Okay, online account. Unlike cookies, this information is not stored in the user computer. They are typically maintained by the server. Okay, and created on the first request of after any authentication process. Then the session ID is exchanged between the web browser and server and every request. So yeah, something is this big, you don't understand this one, I will explain, okay, how it happens. It happens. Okay. Understood? Do you use Instagram? Do you use Facebook? యూస్ చేస్తారా? యూజ్ చేస్తారు కదా సార్. అది తెలియదు సార్ మాకేందంటారా? ఏం తెలియకుండా అది మాత్రం చేస్తుంది. ఇంకా తెలియని వాళ్ళు ఉండరు అక్కడ, ఉండరా లేరా? Here session hijacking means what? Here this is my mobile phone, this is my mobile phone, and this is the Instagram server, is the or Facebook server. So this is the Instagram server or Facebook server. This is having what? Facebook. This is which one? Facebook server or Instagram. Got it? Got it or not? Then I will make a communication from my mobile phone. First I open the instagram.com from my mobile, or else I install the web application from the Google Play Store. Isn't it correct or not? How will you open the Facebook or Instagram? Either you can log into the browser, or else you log in, or else you will download the application from the Play Store. Done. Once you have downloaded a application from the Play Store, or when you just type here instagram.com, it will be asked for the username and password. If it is the application or website, both, it asks for username and password. Without username and password, how will you going to log in into the application? Everything, WhatsApp also access to, it adds the OTP and phone number, everything. Everything we need login. Without login, how will you log into the application? Of course, okay. We need to enter the what? Username and password. Once we enter the username and password, the username and password sent to the this Instagram server, and both are authenticated. Authenticate means this is authenticated with the server. Authenticated means verified. The username, passwords are verified here, and the Instagram application will load it. During the first time, after the authentication, in between these two devices, one ID is created that is called a session ID. Understood? One ID is called as a mean that I had given appointment, session ID. All the communication with help of a session ID is nothing but a number. Session ID is nothing but a number, a random number. So from this one, from my mobile to this computer, have a what? One session ID will allocated Okay, understood? So everything, the communication between this your mobile and the Instagram, always use which one? How will identify? Session ID. Now first time I log in. Now it assign the session ID. What is that? Now assign the session ID. So this session ID is not stored on the browser. Now session ID stored on the browser. The session ID is allocated this between this server and client. Okay, understood? Then after that, from my mobile, I just uploaded an image, photo. Then it will store and where? In the Instagram server. Then how will you identify this server, from which account is sent? You understand? It? How the Instagram server identify that from which account the photo was sent? How would you identify? By using session ID. Using the communication between these two devices always will be help of the session ID. What is that? Session ID. Got it? So then I am uploading the multiple images, videos, short reels. All are how this identify this Instagram is identified. How it identifies? By using session ID. If you log out, again new session ID will be created. Okay? The session ID is to go for the future communication between the client and server. Got it? Got it or not? Okay, I just opened a facebook.com. I logged in. Okay, very good. I uploaded image. I post image in a Facebook or Instagram. I uploaded a reel. Then how will the Instagram server will identify that which person is posted this image or which person sent image? How will we identify? This Instagram server by using the session ID. By using the session ID. Clear? Clear or not? Are you clear? Any doubt? Are you clear? Any doubt? Understood? If anyone having a doubt, Sheshu, are you clear? Please respond. Please respond. Sheshu, are you clear? So what is the session ID? Session ID is nothing but, see this, a session store the in variables. To you to across the multiple pages means that user is sending the data multiple pages. The user log into the online account. Unlike cookies, the information is not stored on the user computer, typically maintained by the server and created on the which request, after which request or authentication process. Then the session ID is exchanged between the browser and the server. The communication this between the server and the client or browser is between the session ID. When you log out from the Instagram, again when you log in, it will create another session ID. Understood? అర్థమైందా? ఎవరికైనా అర్థం కాలేదు చూడండి. అర్థం కాలేదంటే తెలుగు చెప్తాను. ఓకేనా? సో హియర్ డిఫరెంట్ వేస్ టు ఎక్స్చేంజ్ ద సెషన్ ఐడి. హౌ విల్ ఎక్స్చేంజ్ ద సెషన్ ఐడి? ఎక్కడ ఉంటుంది? వేర్ ఇస్ ద సెషన్ ఐడి దేర్? హియర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఇన్ హిడెన్ ఫార్మ్ ఫీల్డ్స్. వాట్ ఇస్ దట్? Hidden form fields. And second is the cookies. What does mean cookies? What does mean cookies? Anybody having idea? What does mean cookies? Cookies and biscuit kaadu, not biscuits. What is mean cookies in the website? Cookies. What is mean cookies? 1 minute. What is mean cookies? See this. Cookies are small text files that website places on your computer. Website will place on which your device? Your computer. When you visit them, I open a facebook.com. When you visit the facebook.com or when you visit the YouTube, when you visit the Instagram, when you visit the facebook.com, when you visit some XYZ website, it will create a cookie in your computer. It will create a in the computer. So then how will you that what is a cookie? Cookie means contain the information of remember information about you. Mean that I open a YouTube. Then I just close the website. Again I open a YouTube. Then so whenever you open the YouTube will show you the page will be according to your references. మీరు ఏం చూసుకున్నారో ఏ వీడియో చూసారో అదే చూపిస్తుంది వేరే చూపిస్తుందా అలాగే మీరు ఏ టైప్ ఆఫ్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ విచ్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఈచ్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ వీఆర్ యాక్సెసింగ్ సపోజ్ ఐఎమ్ ఏ బిగ్ ఫ్యాన్ ఆఫ్ జూనియర్ ఎన్టీఆర్ అఫ్ కోర్స్ ఐఎమ్ ఏ బిగ్ ఫ్యాన్ ఆఫ్ జూనియర్ ఎన్టీఆర్ దట్ ఈస్ ద ట్రూత్ ఓకే I don't know that which fan you are, I don't know, but I am huge fan of the junior NTR. I think that is the number one in the touring industry. Okay, so don't be confused that if anyone have agreed that deny that. For my choice is the like junior NTR is a big star. He is a very good actor. Completely. I think he is the best. He is the best. So here when I watch a junior NTR movies or junior NTR videos. When I open a junior NTR, next time or day after 2 days or 3 days also, it will also show the regarding only junior NTR videos. Why? How it shows? By using the cookies. Got it? Got it or not? Whenever you visit a website, one small file is created in our local computer, in our browser, that is known as the cookie. So cookie in general, what is cookie is nothing but biscuit and with తింటారు కదా బిస్కెట్లు ఏమంటారు కుకీ అంటారు బట్ ఇక్కడ కుకీ ఇది వేరు దిస్ ఇస్ డిఫరెంట్ కుకీ is a small text file that website places your computer or device when you visit them. They help the website remember the information about you, which type of information you are searching in the YouTube, and such as login details or preferences. It makes easier to navigate the personalized experience. Web browsers allows to manage cookies and use it cleared. Clear కూడా చేయొచ్చు మనం ఎలా క్లియర్ చేయాలి హిస్టరీలో పోయి క్లియర్ చేస్తే క్లియర్ అవుతుంది అర్థమవుతుందా లేదా చూడండి here how cookie works. So whenever you first visit a website, then the communication between the website or web application between you and the website or web application, so small text file will be downloaded in the browser, that is called cookie, that will store all your preferences and remember all your what you are searching. Okay, here website request cookie. How cookies work? When you visit a website, a browser sends a request to the web page. Of course from my computer or from mobile phone, I send a request to the Instagram. Then what happened? The Instagram server respond and send the web page to you. So which web page you are requested, that request will be responded by the Instagram server. Got it? Then the whatever the page you are requested, that page is displayed on your browser. Then your browser store the cookie on your device. Your browser store when you visit the website again, you are visiting the website again, your browser send the cookie back to the server to know your preference, how your behavior. Understood not? When I open the YouTube, so I open any YouTube, any device, or like I just close the YouTube here after 2 days or 3 days, 4 days, open the same, whatever the scene, what are the types of videos seen, that will shown on the same according to location and preference. They show the same type of videos on your YouTube website. Got it? What is or not? Here, this website, the website can use the information stored in the cookie to personalize your experience. Understood? So types of cookies are 2 types: first party cookie and third party cookie. So this first party cookie is created by the website you are visiting, whereas created the different domain when you are visiting the often use of a tracking and advertising. This one is the third party cookie. Okay. So what cookies are used? Why use cookies are used? For authentication. Mean that keeping you logged in. Next is the session management. Remembering the what? Just now I told you that. What is the thing is there? What is the thing is there? What does cookie? Why cookie use? Huh? What? Remembering the shopping cart and preferences. So personalization, tailoring the content, advertisement, tracking which type of content you are using. Understood? If you allow to download cookie, the cookie will be downloaded in a local browser, and behavior of your pattern means which type of videos you are watching, which type of videos are watching, all this is sent to the server by using the cookie. Okay? Understood? Another thing is there, gathering information about the usage and performance. Got it? Next thing is there. See this, that is the cookie now I had explained. What is the session ID? Whenever you have whenever you logged into whenever accessing the Instagram or Facebook from your mobile phone or computer and the Instagram server, there is one session is established, and the session is established by using which one? Just now I had explained. What is that? Session ID. A piece of data that used to network communication identify the session. Okay, it is used to determine user data log into the website. This IDs or token can cause it by attacker. And what happens here? Session ID and hijacking. Whenever you log it into the website, you are accessing the all website content. Then one session ID will be created between you and the server. What hacker do? This session ID will be hijacked. Means that steal. Steal means dongotanam chestadu. He will take that. The ID. In generally, how will you log in? For login into the Flipkart, for login in Instagram, I need a username, password, and then OTP. You don't need any username and password and OTP. Just to have a session ID. Okay, you need to capture the session ID, and this. If you got the session ID, you paste the session ID in the browser. Automatically you don't need anything. Directly it will log in. That is called a session hijacking. Understood or not? Okay, we'll steal the session ID. We'll steal the session ID. So hacker will steal the session ID, and by taking the session ID, with the help of only session ID, again he will log into the any browser or web application. Got it? Understood? Here, what are the attack methods are there? What are the attack methods are there? Here, attack methods are server-side attacks and client-side attack. Server side means Instagram servers. Client side means browser side. What is the client here? Browser. Google Chrome or Firefox is the browser. Generally, client is whom? From where we are accessing? From the browser I am accessing. From Instagram where I am accessing? Either web application or either browser. That is a client. Here, attack methods are either server side or client side. Here, the first thing how the session hijacking do, first thing in the server side attack, guessing the session ID. Guessing the session ID mean that there is a session ID there. We're going to guess we're going to guess the session ID. So how much length is there? How much predict is there? Suppose the session ID is there, it will be generating like this. Okay, it will be generating like this. Okay, so in generally the session ID will be created by the application, by the programs create chestaru. Session ID will be created by the application itself. If the session ID is not generated randomly, like suppose it is a session ID, first session ID 001, then okay, so then it created a not randomly, then created the session ID like 002. This is easily predictable. This is the easily predictable. So then next it will be, suppose it will be like this. Got it? So he will predict if the session ID is not generating randomly, then we will predict the session ID. Predict the what? Session ID. Understood? Easily guess the session ID. Here, what is the session ID? So that is shorter length and predictable. Shorter length and the predictable. The big size should be generally big size should be there. Whenever the programmers create a web application, the session ID should be the big size. Okay. And session fixing the predictable. We're going to predictable. And by using the session sniffing. Sniffing means I had explained is sniffing. Okay. Man in middle attack. Doing the man in middle attack also, we can sniff the session. Sniff the session like Wireshark. By using the Wireshark and Bubsuit like tools, we can use the sniff the session sniffing also. Also, cross-site scripting. User trusting source and application vulnerability. Okay. So here, what is the session sniffing? Attackers sniff all the traffic from the established TCP session and perform identity theft, information theft and fraud. The attacker steals a valid session ID, and uses to authenticate himself with the server. Nothing is there. Whenever the user logins into the particular application or website, one session ID will be created. This session ID will be stolen by the hacker. With the help of simple small session ID, you don't need anything like username, password. In generally, Facebook use username and password. If you log in any other device, ask for the YouTube OTP. It will all are bypassed with the help of session ID. We are going to log in. Got it or not? Understood? That is not what? Session sniffing. Session sniffing. If you observe this image, this is the browser. This is the browser is nothing but a Google Chrome or Firefox. Then this is a server where the Instagram is there. First the browser will send the request to make connection between them. After browser will request the page, then we're going to enter the username and password. Then connection is established. Then there is session ID is there. Session ID will be created by the server in both sides. Here is both sides. Then what here? Future communication always help with the which one? Session ID. How this server and client will communicate with the help of the session ID. Then subsequent request will be there. Here successful response will be there. Here what happens? Here hacker will sniff the what? Session ID. He sniff the session ID. Here sniff the session ID, request a session ID, and he will successfully log in. Got it? అర్థమైందా లేదా సెషన్ హైజాకింగ్ అంటే చూడండి బొమ్మ చూడండి ఇంకోసారి చూడండి ఫ్రమ్ ద బ్రౌజర్ రిక్వెస్ట్ కనెక్షన్ ఫ్రమ్ దియర్ create a session, then it will create a session ID. Subsequent request, both these devices, both this client and server communicate with help of the session ID, and the session ID will validate the whatever the future you are sending the data with the help of session ID. Here the data will be what? Retrieve the session data and successful response. This is how the session hijacking session working. In generally, what are the countermeasures for general user point of view? How will you avoid the suppose how will you use this? How will you avoid the session ID? The first thing is do not click the links that received through the emails. Do not click the link received from the log out from the application instead of closing the browser. Log out from the application whenever you log in browser. Always use an updated browser. Clear the browsing data like cache and cooking. Okay, you do know cache and cooking? Where it is? I just open the browser here. See this? You're having one option is there. If you see this, in Mozilla Firefox, there is one thing is there, history. Here, where the history, click on history, clear recent history, then it asks for this what? What? What happens if you clear this one? Signed out. We need to add this one generally. Generally, this is a personal computer, nobody will use here. So that's why I had not selected. We need to select whenever you log into any other computer, public internet, then we need to add, select this one. Which one? So what does cookie site and data stores? Your username password, nothing but a session. Understood? So then always the user, the countermeasures from the web developer point of view. What is web developer? Who are creating the web application, So who create the web application? Programmer will create the web application. Who create the web application? So whenever the programmer creates the web application, he should remember that. So how to avoid the session hijacking? He will write in a code to avoid the session hijacking. Mean that you know that whenever I log into the IRCTC, if you don't click anything within the 5 minutes, what happens? It will automatically log out. Understand? Have you ever booked a ticket on IRCTC website? Just go to the IRCTC website, then you just try to book a ticket, then after 5 minutes automatically log out. Why it happen? Because to avoid the session hijacking. If you won't log out from the browser, the session ID will be stealed by someone else and book ticket some other browser, from other computer, easily. You got it or not? Okay. From the developer point of view, create a session key. The session key should be very big one, not short one. What is that? Session key will be the big one. And a random number. Now, before I told you that the session ID is like 001, 002, 003. Then what happens? In it easily predictable. Predictable. Easily use the session ID, predictable. They will predict the session ID. So not like that. The session IDs will not like that. Random numbers. It should be random. That will be different from big one and should be different from first one to second one to third one to fourth one. They are not same. Not in sequence. Not in the sequence. Then regenerate the session ID for every login. You understand or not? First I log in. Then I log out from the website or application. Every time I log in and log in, the new session ID need to be created. New? If you not created any session ID, new session ID created, then what happens? The session ID will be stealed by someone. By using the session ID, he will log in multiple times, any another computer also. Got it or not? The next thing is there. Okay, regenerate the session ID after successful login to prevent session. Encrypt the data and session key. Session key also need to be encrypted. Transfer between the user and observer. Expire the session as the log route. What I told you that whenever you just not doing anything on the browser or web application, it automatically log out. What happens IRCTC? Automatically to log out. You don't need to log out. It automatically log out. IRCTC, what happens? It will automatically log out. Okay. Use the firewalls to prevent the malicious content entering the network. These are the countermeasures. Okay. Now we are going to do the practical. Got it? Now going to do the practical. Here I had a website. You can take any website. First I will show you some Demple website. Then I will go for the other website. Here there is a website is there. What is that? There is a website is there. Here I am going to log in. Here going to log in 1 minute. Going to log in. I use temp mail. Okay. I use temp mail. So this is the website. This is the one kachcart.com, like Flipkart. This is e-commerce. Even Flipkart also you can do. So here I am just logging into the website. What is that? This login into the website. Got it? You got it or not? I am just logging into the website. Understood? Got it? I am just logging into the website. Okay, add some sweets like here. This is the shopping cart website. Huh? Some added some sweet. Huh? Some added to the cart. Huh? Okay, everything added. Huh? Everything added. Here, just add. Huh? Okay, now here I am logged into the, here which browser? This is the Firefox browser. I logged in. Here I will take the session ID. Take the session ID. The session ID is stored in the browser and the server. So how to take the session ID? Here, just right click on the, here, right click on the page. Which page? Web page. Then go to the inspect. Go to the what? Inspect. So here, go to the inspect here. Go to the memory here. Go to the storage here. One option is there. What?
Cookies.
Here, if you open these cookies, if you see this in the cookies, we have a what? Which one? Session ID. Understood? This is what? I just copy the session ID here. This is the, I'm going to copy the session ID. Okay, got it? I just taken the session ID. Okay, understood? I just copied the session ID. I go to the other browser. I go to the other browser. Then I open the website. Okay? This is what? Kachcart.com. Same website. Same website. There is a no login. See this. Is this login or not login? What showing is this one? No login. Okay. So what we're going to do here, see this, no login. Again same do, right click here, go to the inspect, go to the inspect. So in this one, go to the application, go to the application. In this application, which option is there? CS session ID is there. This is the default session ID. What is that? This is the what? Default session ID. The session ID from here, I'll going to copy and paste here. You got it or not? I'm going to paste the session ID. Understood? Then just say now add the session ID. Now just refresh. So see this. See this. I logged in or not? See this. I logged in or not? Whether I logged in, add user, username, password, nothing. Anything, Facebook, Instagram, anything. It will work on everything. Got it? So what is my session hijacking? So what is my session hijacking? I just go to log into the website. So whenever the user victim log into the website, the session ID, here I directly taken the session ID. There are the other matters are there, we indirectly also you can take the session ID. Just need to take the session ID only. So this session ID need to copy into the other browser. When you copy and paste this other browser, you don't need to username and password, anything you don't need. Direct you're going to log in. Understood? Not understood? Okay? Next thing, same other going to do it. We're going to do other practical, this practical, other practical. There is another way to do the this session hijacking. First, we need to download the, for doing the session hijacking, one extension is there, cookie editor. With that, we need to download what? Cookie editor plugin. Cookie editor plugin. Okay, in the both browser, Here go to the cookie editor. Just type what? Then go to this one. Then go to this one. Here this option for Firefox. Here what? Add to Firefox, because I already added here. So it shows the add to Firefox. Okay, it already added. Okay, so we need to add to the Firefox. Then this is the session ID. If you see this session key editor, this is the cookie editor. Got it? The same thing in the attacker browser also. So here I just go here to the Google. Go to the Google here. Then here again we need to download the cookie editor extension. Okay, editor. So now here remove, why it is showing remove, because I have already downloaded. Okay, so this is the cookie editor. So when you install here, show the add from Chrome. What it? Add from Chrome. We need to add the cookie editor extension in the client browser and victim browser. That is victim browser and the attacker browser. Now okay? Okay or not? Then here again go to the facebook.com. Go to the facebook.com. Okay, facebook.com. I open a Facebook here. Now I logged in. So now logged in or not? This is my Facebook website. Okay. Then to take the session ID here, go to the one option is there. Plugin is there. What is the cookie editor? Here need to click on what? Wait. Cookie editor. Click on the cookie editor. Then two options are there. One is the import, second one is the export. First we need to export. So export using the JSON. Got it? Then again go to the this browser here. Others browser means other browser, other computer. Then go to the facebook.com. So here 1 minute. Just log out here. Okay, so there is a logout here. What it? అదవుతుందా? లాగిన్ ఉందా? లాగౌట్ లేదు కదా, లాగిన్ చేయమంటుంది కదా. So then what I do, again do here, click on here, go to the cookie editor. This time instead of export we need to select the import. Go to the import and paste here, then import. Okay, now just refresh. Now import, paste the import. Okay, so now you go into refresh. Some browser issue is there. 1 minute, I will open in the incognito mode. Huh? I don't know. Incognito mode doesn't have any plugin. I don't know why it is taking this one. This one has stored, that's why problem is there. 1 minute. And okay, here also logged out. And see this, from this is the my Firefox browser. I logged in here. I logged in here. What I done here, see this, in the cookie editor, select a option called not export. What is that? Export. Select option called JSON. Select option called JSON. And this JSON is copied. Go to the other browser, other computer. Then here, click on this plugin called cookie editor. Here, then select here the import. Then select here the import and paste here. Then here, click on the import. Then what happens? So it will bypass the Facebook login page. It will bypass the what? Facebook login page. So we don't need to enter the username and password. Got it? That is known as the what? Session hijacking. Understood? That is known as what? Session hijacking. Hope you enjoyed the session. So I don't know that whether how the session hijacking works. I shown you 2 methods to do the session hijacking. Okay?